Hey, it's Tag. Before you start watching my video, go to the three little dots in the corner of the screen, press that, go to Quality, press that, and then go to 720p because YouTube automatically makes my videos in 480p, and for a better experience, you should watch it in 720. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's Tag, and welcome to episode 12 of the Let's Play. We are back. In the world, it's looking pretty good. I honestly, took some time. I looked at this wall. It's so cool. Honestly, this wall is just the best, and I'm really excited to when eventually we have it curling around, but we're not doing that in this episode. In this episode, we do have some fun stuff to do, but before I tell you about that, I made a new pickaxe, Preposterous Pickaxe Junior, because as you know, Preposterous Pickaxe, the original, is on its last leg. This cannot be repaired anymore, and I absolutely do not have the heart to break my tools, so I'm going to put all of my amazing ones in a museum, but that's, another time. We're not going to talk about that too much right now, not in this episode. But I have my Preposterous Pickaxe Junior, which is a really great pickaxe. I made this in between the last episode, and off camera I got some ancient debris. Because we are finally going to be making our first netherite tool. Now, I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to make too many of our tools netherite because that seems kind of overpowered, and I don't want to have nothing to work towards in the future. So I'm getting that smelted up, and we will finally be able to upgrade another tool to netherite. So we'll have our first tool in netherite, and it will be Preposterous Pickaxe Junior. That's the only one I'm going to upgrade currently. And it looks as though I need to put some more coal in these. But what are we doing in this episode? Well, I have three main things, actually. The first thing I want to do is I want to build some houses. I finally want to show you the look of the houses and the shops that are going to be in our actual city. The second thing I want to do is I want to build the sacred peony, which I will explain later. And the third thing I want to do is I do want to actually clear out some more space. By now, our ancient debris should be done smelting, if I am correct. Now, I actually did kind of realize that I never really explained how to get ancient debris and netherite ingots and all that. So basically, in my nether, which I haven't showed you, I have a huge mine where I just mine out large chunks of areas to find this stuff, right? And so now I have the netherite scrap, which I smelted and got to this. Then you have to get some gold, which I have an excess of because of my overpowered pigman farm. And here we go. So basically the crafting recipe for this is you put 4 gold in, that's 5 gold, and 4 netherite scraps in, and then this only gives you 1 ingot, which is why netherite is so hard to find, because you have to get 4 netherite scraps to make 1 ingot. So I think we are going to make 2 of these ingots. And here is our smithing table. We're just going to put our pickaxe in, Preposterous Pickaxe Junior, and the netherite ingot. And oh my, this looks really, really cool. I'm so excited. Oh, it's such a cool sound too. Alright, so now we have our first netherite pickaxe, and this thing is going to last a long time, I can already tell. Big boy Chubby Panda, you are looking extra happy today. That's very good to see. And this extra netherite ingot will be, stored away for later use because I don't really have use for it. Now, as you can see, I got some pretty cool stuff from our Bastion raid that I did off camera. I got a bunch of crying obsidian, and if you don't know, you basically make crying obsidian, you have to find crying obsidian. You cannot craft it. It is something you can only find. I did actually a lot of stuff off camera. I'm kind of just realizing. I got a new shovel. It's called Sand is Pretty Bad Too, because as you know, I have my Dirt is Extra Bad, and now I have my Sand is Pretty Bad Too shovel. That's pretty funny. And then I got a new axe, which is just a lumber axe. Boring name, I don't care. Alright, enough stalling. It's time to get into the meat of the video. I'm going to head on into my creative world, and we are going to... I'm going to show you, my house design. I'm pretty freaking excited, because it is pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. I'm not trying to brag, but it's a really great design. So yeah, I'll see you in a sec. See you in the creative world. And here we are in our creative test world. You can see some of the stuff that I've been practicing with. Don't look at that. That's later in the episode. But this is the design. I'm going to be using the warped wood for the roof, which I think looks really, really cool. This is what it's going to look like, and this is kind of a church design that I was coming up with. It's very busy, but I do really like it. Alright, so I also, since I was feeling a little guilty about the amount of gold that I owned, I basically just made a bunch of these suits of armor that are kind of like gargoyles of sorts that kind of guard the front, and then I made like 4 stacks of peonies, and I just kind of wanted to get a gist of what the decoration around the city would look like. But as we walk in, I did make use of these soul lanterns, which are super, super cool looking. We can come to the middle, and in here is where the sacred peony is going to go, so I'm excited about that, but I'm not going to talk about that too much. So I think we are going to start building some of the shops on this side. So I'm going to lay down some floor plans, I think, of, what everything is going to look like, and I will cut back to once we're ready for that. Alrighty then. We have our amazing little floor plan set down, and obviously this is only maybe a third of the full actual city, but we do have a nice little floor plan. I have all of the houses planned out. I have all of the names of the houses, or the little shops. This is going to be a tavern. They're all going to be like 2 stories basically. This is going to be a weaver, potion master, cooper, which makes barrels. We have a grocer, stonemason, a cobbler, which fixes shoes if you don't know, a pelt and hunter. And then over here we have a candler or chandler. I don't know how to say that. Basically, a candler or a chandler would basically like go around and make sure all of the lights are in the city are lit at the appropriate times, and they also would make candles, or in this case, torches. I'm not doing any interiors today. My goal is to maybe make these 2 and maybe that house right there, and then we'll be done on the houses, and we'll start on the sacred peony. So I'll see you in a sec. Just a, advanced warning. There's a lot of time lapse coming up. So if you want to skip ahead, I think there's 4 in all. So prepare yourself mentally and physically because it's a lot. So if you don't like time lapses, just skip ahead. And that, my friends, looks to be the first house. It looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the design that I've chosen. I kind of used the rounded window piece right there. It's just the best. I love it. It's cool. I'm going to basically just build this house, and then the bridge going across, and then I might build the one right there. And it looks as though it's time for another time lapse. Pip pip, God save the Queen, cheerio. So I'll see you in a sec. And there we have it. The 2 conjoined little house things are super freaking cool. Eventually under here I will have some banners and posters and stuff, because it's people walk by and they're like, oh, they see stuff. Basically, I mean, it's just the best. That's all I have to say. When I come back in the next clip, I'm going to sound different because I'm going, I'm taking a little break from Minecraft. I'm gonna go and see some family. So it's going to be, a little different sounding for me. But when I get back, we will continue, maybe build 2 more houses, and then we will make the sacred peony. And then we'll kind of figure something out from there. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'll see you in a few seconds. Where's my wave? There we go. Bye-bye. By the way, I have absolutely no idea how, but I lost the footage of me making the tavern, which really sucks because that was a fun time lapse. Nonetheless, it still looks great. The video isn't ruined that much, just kind of sucks. And with our 3rd time lapse completed, it's done. This is the tavern. There's one of 3. There's probably going to be about 3 taverns in the city because it's medieval times and people need their drinks. But this is the tavern. It looks super cool. I kind of did one of these rounded windows on the bottom floor, which I think is looking nice. And then you have all the tables and stuff in here. Now, there is a few things that I did without the time lapse going, is I did kind of make this little area over here. It kind of is like a little cove. It's protected by this little trapdoor wall, so you can't really like see into it too much. And then I have a little barrel here, and this is unintentional, but I do have a little secret entrance, I guess, which is kind of fun. I'm not probably going to use this for anything, but it's interesting that it's there. It actually could be a pretty good way of getting under the map. Just a little incognito little place. But yeah, this is looking super good, and I can't help myself. I have to build one more. You might actually notice, I can't remember if I mentioned this, we have a new texture pack. It took me a while to find one, but it's really cool. It's pretty basic. It's like a few random changes, like the paths, and I think some of the trapdoors are changed for the better, because now a lot of the trapdoors don't have latches, so it's just like one cool block that I can use. But yeah, new texture pack. You'll see it more and more as I continue the video. But yeah, another time lapse. I'll see you in a few minutes. I always do that. I'll see you in a sec. Boom. It is looking really good. So as you know, this is the Weaver, so I'm going to have a bunch of looms and stuff in here, along with a lot of banners. So this is where we're going to buy and make our banners. Now eventually I'm going to come up with some sort of design that will kind of be the logo for our city and this entire world. And then we'll basically just have a bunch of banners in here, and they will kind of decorate around. And I was going to start making the sacred peony, which will happen in this episode, 100%, don't worry. But I really want to make, that's the wrong emote, I want to make some interiors. Because I've already started a tiny bit, like on the candler. There's a few candles in here. It's very basic, but this is kind of, something I could definitely upgrade. So I want to start making some interiors, so we're going to do that now. So I think I'm just going to make all of them, and then I will cut back to once they're done, and I'll give you a grand tour. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, just for the record, I spent way too long on this. It took me probably about half a day to fully decorate the entire area that I've cut out, but it looks really good nonetheless. So I'm just going to kind of give you a tour, and I'm going to try to keep it under 3 minutes long. Now, just for the record, this is our new flag, so this is the Peony City logo. So if we walk under, we have a few posters put by the people who lived here, presumably. So we have picnic at the big tree. Picnic at the big tree. Now it's nothing special. I'm kind of just putting random stuff to make it look like real people live here. Picnic at the big tree. Arrive at noon on Sunday. Breaking news: peonies are still the best flower. Take a trip to the plains. 4-day wagon rides. Plague be gone. Only 100 gold a cup. Purchase at Jones Tavern, which is over there. Now, the Plague Be Gone is going to come in later. The Pillager Army wants you. I have one of these Pillager things to make it look like they're kind of recruiting. And then defeat the Goblin Horde. The Federal Guard needs your help. Also, it's like the Federal Guard, which is the guard that will protect our little city, is also, looking for help. Now, you can see that we have a big alleyway that kind of goes behind the back of the houses, and I have this coarse dirt in our new texture for path, which I, just got. So if you take a little quick walk in, we have a cool area. They're selling some meat and some hides and some armor stands. It's got some shelves, and this is where they would cook all of the meat. There's a back door over here that leads to the alleyway. And then if we continue up, we have his room with a moose head and a carpet and just some random clutter to make it look like it is a, space that he's living in. And right here, he's probably working on some leather with this little shear, with these shears. And then if we come over here, we got his room, and he's got all of his, I don't know why that's changed. We've got all of his armor stands with all of his clothes on it, and then a nice bed, and another shelf. And then if we take a trip back on down, next we got the Candler, or Chandler, I can't actually figure out how that's pronounced. This guy is in charge of creating and making candles, or in this case, torches. And then he is also in charge of making sure the city is lit up at night. If we walk in, we have a pretty chill interior. It's just got some candles that he's selling. So he's selling regular candles or torches and soul candles, which is sold torches for, you know, a certain amount of gold. And then he's also got a little area over here that he's working on. And with my texture pack, there's a little mirror thing. So he has a little mirror that he can look at from this thing. And this is actually just a painting. Then we have a nice little fireplace. And right here, I really like this. I basically just put white dye in a cauldron and called it hot wax. Another pretty chill interior. This guy is actually, he's doing research on blue fire, which is why he has this whole thing going on. And then he's got a little loft up here with, you know, his area. And then this is the bridge that will connect over, and this is the hunter's living quarters and the chandler's living quarters. Next up, we got the tavern. This is Jones Tavern. No particular reason that it's called Jones Tavern. But actually, before I show you that, this is just a little alleyway. I have a little barrel here with a little secret entrance to the underground. This is not a feature that I intended, but it's a thing. So, I don't know, we might do something with that later. That could just be a good way to get under the city, but, you know, we don't have to talk about that too much. It's unintentional. I also have campfires going in the chimneys. So if we come out here, we have a nice little inside to Jones Tavern. They're eating some chicken and some water bottles. They have some cool paintings on the wall. And they're selling water, beer, fresh milk, and meat, chicken, bread, and fruit. And then their special is the Plague Be Gone, which was advertised under the little area. And it's actually right here, Plague Be Gone. It's just a instant health 2 potion. I'm trying to put as much detail into these places as possible. Then they're storing some meat. Up here there's, you know, some barrels. They can put anything they want there. A milkshake maker, a towel, and another fire. And then, like my house, the only way to get to the upstairs is this little staircase on the side that will take you up to where he lives. So he's got a little desk right here, a nice big window, a carpet, a nice little living area, and one of these mirror desktop things. And we actually also have a little marketplace area. This is very small. It's only got 3 little stalls. And then this wall is kind of what separates us from what would be the farm area over there from the shopping area. So over here, you know, we have some fresh chicken. This guy's selling fresh chicken. This is selling gold, Aztec gold, genuine Aztec gold, in fact. And then this guy is trying to get people to join the pillager army, also over there. And then last but certainly not least, we have the, what is it called? Oh yeah, the Weaver. This guy's just making banners. I did try to put, you know, some different types of banners in here. Nothing too special, but, you know, he's selling blank banners and selling design banners. We have a little goblin painting here, and this is actually where I will go to do my banners. So I have some dye in here, and I actually use the dye to make the American flag, this weird pig, snout thing, the Japanese flag, this sun with some grass, a pillager thing, which I already had, and then it's pretty chill. They have some little weaving stations right here, and they're working on different banners, and then a fireplace and a bookshelf. And then right here, they're actually working on our city banner with the, you know, pink dyed cauldron right there. And then if we come back upstairs, it's pretty chill. I use trapdoors to sanction it off. So this is his living room, or sorry, his bedroom, and then this is his regular living area. And I also planted a big tree here. This is not a big tree. I just put some dirt, and then I planted it kind of a few feet off the ground, and then I placed blocks under it to make it look natural. But that's basically it so far. I'm super excited to once I have the other houses done, so it'll look, you know, a little better. But generally, it's looking really, really great. By the way, off camera, I fought a raid at our base, and I got a few totems of undying and some emeralds. So that is pretty cool. But that's all I got for you here. And I think, yeah. The next thing we're going to do is build the sacred peony, so I have to get some materials to do that, and then I will show you what we're actually going to build, and then we can build it. So I'll see you in a sec. Oakley dokley, I'm in the test world. This is what the peony is going to look like, the sacred peony. I've already built it in our creative test world. It's basically just going to be this, but it's going to make a cross. So up here, if you can just imagine, it's going to go that way, and it's also going to go that way. If you can get that. So I'm just going to cut back to once it's done because pixel art is really boring to watch. And there we have it. The peony worshipping room. This is the sacred peony. As you can see, it's just a giant pixel art. It looks really good though. Sadly, I do have to have torches everywhere, which kind of look a little ugly, but I don't really care. So this is where everyone will worship in the city, you know, because, you know, it's like a nice little hub area. I added a bunch of peonies. I added our city flag here, and it's just looking great. And honestly, I think I'm going to end the episode here because I have worked a lot. on this, but it doesn't look like it because I only did 2 major things. But I literally spent about 3 days finishing up this little area, so I'm just honestly going to take a break. I'm sorry. And we will basically, from this point on, just build like maybe a house an episode. I have decided I'm going to make a potato farm before the video ends because, I don't know, why not? Alrighty then, I have all of this tilled on out, and I am basically just going to plant this, and I'm going to take this time to talk about some Let's Play plans, and then I'm going to get some cinematic shots, and then we're going to end it. This episode might be a little short, but I'm exhausted. Now, my city, Peony City, I have a lot of plans for it. I'm not going to lie. Some of the main ones are, basically, of course, I'm going to finish this main area. So all of this area that's cleared out is going to eventually be shops and buildings. So everything that we've just built is going to span this entire area. And then everything else is going to be leveled out again. And we are going to put farmland in the extra area. And then that farmland is going to be my primary food source. And there we have it. The potato farm is done. This is very temporary, don't worry. I just don't really have a good source of food currently because my stupid little terraces, they aren't very good. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate the support lately. We did a lot of stuff in this episode. Well, we didn't do a lot of different things. We just did a lot of big things, you know? We just did a lot of big thing. Like, we put a lot of effort into each big thing that we did. So, for example, we have this giant sacred peony. And we made the hub very city-like, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. And then, of course, the crowning jewel of this entire episode is just this little shop area, which is a really good feeling of what the entire place is going to look like. I did put a lot of detail and effort into this, so I really hope you enjoyed. So again, thank you all so much for watching. This has been episode 11. Wait, no. Is this episode 12? Hold on a second. God, it's episode 12. Jeez. Okay, well, I might have said that wrong in the intro then. But thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 12. I really appreciate the support. If you want a spot in the shout-out pagoda, just leave a comment. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 13 in approximately 2 to 3 days. Bye-bye, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.